Hi there and welcome to our video on how to trade at KuCoin. After watching this video, you will know everything you need to know on how to trade at KuCoin, covering topics from spot and futures trading, market and limit orders, take profit and stop loss setting, and much more. I am Jonas, co-founder and CEO of hoc-trade, the behavioral analytics platform for active traders. I guide you through the video with plenty of real trades for you to follow. We will cover quite a few things in this video, so feel free to jump to the chapter which interests you the most. If you are a new trader at KuCoin, it will be best to watch the whole video from the beginning, as we will cover quite some basics on how to trade. First, we will have a look at spot trading and execute an example market order. Second, we will execute a futures trade with a limit order. Third, I will show you how to adjust your leverage in futures trading. Fourth, we set a take profit and stop loss. Fifth, we have a look at how to execute a coin margin versus a USD margin trade. And last, I show you how to reconcile all your past trades by looking at the order history at KuCoin. Without further ado, let's get right into it. I am here logged into my KuCoin account, and first we want to perform a spot trade. Spot trade means you exchange one currency for another currency. We have some USDT on the account, and let's say we would like to buy some Bitcoin with it. If you want to transfer crypto from or to KuCoin, we have made a separate video on it. I'll link it up here for you and also put the link down below in the description. In the upper navigation bar, we find the Trade tab here. Select Spot Trading and click it. This brings us to the following page. As a first step, we will find the correct trading pair we want to trade. As said, we want to buy Bitcoin with our USDT. We click here on the top left on the trading pair, search for BTC and select the BTC USDT pair. There is quite some information on this page, but it's actually quite easy. So let's go step by step. First, let's type in our trading password. So the trading interface will be enabled. Let's have a look at the bottom right first of all. We want to buy Bitcoin with a market order first. So we make sure market order is selected here. We will do a limit order later on when trading futures. For a market order, you buy the Bitcoin at the best available price, while in a limit order, you specify for which price you would buy the Bitcoin, and the trade will only get executed if someone is willing to trade with you at the price that you specified. The fees for those different orders differ a lot, either being maker or the taker on the trade. As this is so important and can have a big effect on your performance, we also made a separate video on it. Again, I'll link it up here and put the link down below in the description. Now, let's say we want to buy Bitcoin for $5 US. We go to the field quantity here and type in the amount 5. As a last step, we only have to click on the green buy button and that's it already. We've bought the Bitcoin through a spot market order. Because it was a market order, it is directly executed. What is also interesting to see here is the fees we paid for this trade. To see it, we go to the Trade History tab in the bottom left window and we can see our buy we just did with a market order. The fees for this order were less than 0.1 USDT, but the amount was also very low. The fee we paid for this trade was 0.1% of our trade value, which is average to low end of fees compared to other exchanges. You can find a detailed analysis on the fees and tier levels at KuCoin up here and also put the link down below in the description again. We deep dive into the fees for both spot and futures trading as well as for large and low volume traders. As a second step, let's perform a futures trade now with a limit order. In order to trade futures at KuCoin, we actually have to go and leave the trading window and go back to our account. Then we find the Derivatives tab on the upper navigation and select Futures Classic from it. This brings us to the following Futures Trading Terminal. It looks slightly different to the spot trading terminal, but is also pretty intuitive, and I'll guide you through it step by step. For both spot and futures trading, I'll put the link to the websites in the description of the video as well. We can currently offer you a 10% trading fee discount on all your trades at KuCoin if you sign up through the links presented there. Okay, so let's perform a USD-m maker trade, so through a limit order. To do so, we again first of all find the correct trading pair to trade. In our case, the Bitcoin Perpetual. We click on the trading pair on the top left again, find the USD-m tab and select the BTC Perpetual. I'll show you later on how you can trade a coin margin future with single collateral. As we want to perform a limit order, we have to specify a price and amount of Bitcoin we want to buy at this price. Let's say we want to buy 0.001 Bitcoin, so going long. We make sure we have limit order selected here on the place order mask on the right. When trading futures, we could also short sell Bitcoin. We would just have to click the sell button down here instead of the buy button later. In US dollar, this 0.001 Bitcoin buy is actually more than we have on the wallet. But as we can use up to 100 times leverage, we can perform trades much larger than our margin. Now, we have to specify a price we are willing to buy the 0.001 Bitcoin for. For this example, we just set it just below the current market price, so hopefully it will be executed soon. The last step is now to click on Buy Long, confirm, enter our trading password and wait for our trade to be executed. We can see down here that our order is now listed in the Open Order tab. If we want, we could cancel this order here as well. Now, our order is executed and we can see it here under Positions. As this is just for showcasing, we can actually choose now how to close this order. We could either close it through another limit order, so specifying the price again, or close it through a market order, meaning it is executed right away. Let's close it with a market order. Click here on Market, select 100% to close the whole order and hit the confirm button. Done. Our order is closed. Next, let's have a look how we can adjust our leverage at KuCoin. To do so, let's have a look at the trade input mask again. If we want to specify the leverage we use, we can use this slider to adjust the leverage we would like to take for this trade, which decides how much margin we need to open the position. Margin here means that in order to buy or sell a token worth 50 US dollar, for example, you would need $1 US as margin or collateral in order to execute this trade in case using 50 times leverage. If you do not have enough margin anymore, your trade will be automatically liquidated. Currently, for KuCoin futures, you can use up to 100 times leverage in USD-m trades, while you can only use up to 50 times leverage in Coin-M trades. In point 4 of this video, let's have a look at setting a take profit and stop loss for your trade. This is extremely important for traders as it guards you from large losses. Good traders always know how much they would be willing to lose at max with a trade, and this will decide their stop loss. By setting one, they make sure they are not going to lose more. Absolutely critical in a good risk and money management system. At hoc-trade, we even developed an analysis how well you set your take profits and stop losses, and check if you could on average improve your performance in case you set them a bit tighter or further away. Hoc-trade is actually designed for traders with a bit of experience already, which really want to deep dive in their trading, find improvement potentials towards profitability, and take their trading to the next level. However, we also encourage new traders to start tracking their behaviors right from the beginning, as it makes their learning process much more efficient. As an active trader, there are many biases, emotions, and traps you may tap into, leading to continuous trading losses. This is where behavioral analytics comes into play, so you exactly understand what type of trading behaviors you have that keep making you losses, but also understand in what type of situations you gain on average. You may overtrade your account, not being able to focus on your currently open positions, revenge trade after a loss, so trying to make up your losses very quickly without having a clear mind again when entering the market, or keep trading during very high market volatility, which is very difficult, while you actually make good profits during low volatility. Those and the other 40 plus patterns hoc-trade tracks are pretty common, but only few traders actually know about and work on them to improve their trading. Many traders rather tend to try finding a better indicator or signal provider, but trading success is actually much more about yourself, your behaviors and emotions. If you are interested, feel free to join our Discord server. All information and updates about hoc-trade will be there. You can ask questions and discuss with our community of traders. The link is in the description of the video. Now back to setting your take profit and stop loss at KuCoin. In order to do so, we activate the stop loss and take profit buttons here on the bottom of the trade input mask, which will pop up these price fields for our take profit and stop loss. We actually have to specify whether we want to set take profit and stop loss in a long trade or a short trade. If we specify the stop loss and take profit level already before entering the trade, they will be automatically set once the trade is executed. But we can also add them to an ongoing current position, actually by placing additional limit orders at the designated take profit or stop loss level. For example, to set a take profit in a long trade, place a sell limit order above the current market price at the level we would like to exit our trade. We could also set a limit stop or market stop order, so our take profit will be executed as a market order instead of a limit order. But this is more advanced and beyond the content of this video. If you are interested in some of the more advanced trading at KuCoin, also discussing the upsides and downsides, for example, of stop loss and take profit with trigger orders as market versus limit orders, or anything else, let us know down in the comments. We would love to hear the content you are interested in. Point 5 of this video is about coin margin versus USD margin trades at KuCoin. So far we have performed USD margin trades, so let's have a look how we can perform coin margin trades. The difference between USD margin futures and coin margin futures is their base currency. Coin margin futures are settled in their base currency, so in case of a Bitcoin perpetual, this is Bitcoin. Trading a Bitcoin coin margin future, you can just hold Bitcoin in your account and use this as your collateral. If you're bullish on Bitcoin long term and would like to hold this as collateral, this might be the better option for you. On the other hand, USD margin futures are settled in US dollar. Note that the market depth and volume of coin margin futures is oftentimes lower though. Nevertheless, coin margin futures have their upsides, so let's have a look how you can perform trades in those. To trade them at KuCoin, we go back to the trading pair navigation here on the top left and find the coin margin category. If we want to trade Bitcoin, we choose the Bitcoin perpetual here below. Right now, we do not have collateral to trade this. In order to trade coin margin futures, we need to hold the corresponding asset in our CoinM wallet on the futures account. To check that wallet, click on the little wallet sign here on the top and select the CoinM Futures wallet. We have nothing in our CoinM Futures wallet. However, we have a little Bitcoin here in our trading wallet. Let's transfer it to our futures wallet by clicking the transfer symbol here on the right. Choose the wallet we want to transfer the Bitcoin to, select the amount and click confirm. Okay, now we have the Bitcoin in our futures wallet. Let's go back to the trading window, and as we can see, now we can actually place a trade. The process is pretty much the same as in the USD margin futures. We can select limit or market order, enable stop loss and take profits. The only difference is that we do not usually input the amount of Bitcoin, but the amount of contracts we want to trade in US dollar. For example, let's have another market order and short sell 10 USD worth of Bitcoin. We click sell, short, and we are in the trade. I close it right away again with another market order. Whether trading coin margined or USD margined futures is a preference and may be influenced by your trading strategy. Personally, I trade more USD margin futures as it is easier in handling and usually volume, market depths and spreads are better. But this depends on the trader. You know now how to trade both. Last but not least, let's reconcile the trades we just did and see where you can find all the information on your past trades. In order to do so, we click on the logs symbol here in the navigation and select Futures Trade History. Here you can see all the past trades. We can see all the trades here which we did as example. The 10 contract for the coin margin Bitcoin future, but also the previous 0.001 Bitcoin USD margin futures trades. What is especially interesting in this view is that we can also see the fees we paid for those trades. As already touched upon earlier in this video, the fees can make quite a big difference for traders, oftentimes deciding whether a trader is profitable or not. The fees among exchanges differ significantly, so traders should always be aware of how much fees they actually pay and whether they could save fees. With so many exchanges and different fee levels in all the tier levels, a manual comparison is pretty much impossible. So it's best to use a tool such as Dr. Fee. Here you can just enter your trading volume in spot and futures trading, your share of maker and taker trades, your balance and holding of the native exchange token, and then within seconds see exactly how much fees you would pay for those trades at all the large exchanges. Even in an example like this, with only 200,000 US dollar spot volume and 2 million US dollar futures volume, mostly still being in the lowest tier level at the different exchanges, the savings add up to many thousand US dollar per year. In this example, the trader would pay more than 18,000 US dollar per year in fees at Bitfinex, while only paying roughly 9.4K at Crypto.com. If you want to check your own fees as well, I put the link to Dr. Fee also down below in the description. Alright, if you think you got some valuable information from this video, we would highly appreciate if you leave us a like and subscribe to our channel. We continue to develop lots of content for traders, both beginners and advanced. If you have things that interest you, leave us a comment. We're happy to take suggestions for things that interest you all about trading crypto. Thank you for watching, stay safe and happy trading. Please be aware that we at hoc-trade are no financial advisor. This video is for entertainment purpose only.